How We Can Help Coral Reefs by Charlotte. Introduction. Did you know that coral reefs are sometimes called the rainforests of the ocean? These beautiful marine habitats are a big part of the ocean ecosystem. 1/4 of ocean life lives in a coral reef, but coral is dying out fast due to coral bleaching. Coral bleaching can be caused by oil spills and air pollution. Overfishing is taking out some important creatures that help coral reefs. When coral dies, it turns white or gray, and over time may grow unwanted algae that can start eating away at the coral. It is important that we help coral reefs. A live coral to dead coral. When coral dies, it turns white or light gray. Did you know when a Coast Guard or Navy ship got old, people used to sink the ships in a coral reef after stripping the ship of unfriendly coral reef materials? This increased coral in the reef. Why we should help coral reefs. Coral reefs are big habitats. Even if you live miles from a coral reef, the things you can still affect the coral in the reefs. Coral reefs protect the ocean shore from some big disasters such as tsunamis, hurricanes, and typhoons. Some corals can be used in medicine. Our fish population will go down if a lot of coral keeps being destroyed. This means more trouble for us. This is why we should help coral reefs. Hope and help. You should go green. Conserving energy does play a part in helping coral reefs. If your lawn care products are not reef-friendly, like pesticides, they can harm the coral badly. You can also reuse materials such as glass bottles, plastic bags, clothes, and some paper and cardboard. When a farmer uses pesticide, it can get in a stream and flow into the coral reef. Instead of plastic bags, you can buy your own reusable shopping bags. You can also save them by putting them in a small trash can in your house. You can reuse clothes by donating them if they are in good condition, and you can make glass bottles into cool crafts. Finally, how you can reuse some paper and cardboard is by turning them into things your whole family can enjoy. Go with green. Reef-friendly sunscreens. Sunscreens can wash off when you go in the ocean. Some pools, when they drain the water in winter, it goes to the ocean. This is a problem because people don't wait for their sunscreen to absorb. You can either make sure that your sunscreen is fully absorbed or use a sunscreen that has no cyclopentasiloxane, oxybenzone, and octinoxate, and more. If you are out buying sunscreen, ask someone who works at the store if it is safe for coral reefs. Another way you can tell is that it is reef-friendly sunscreen is if it is a non-nano zinc. Use a friendly sunscreen. How are we dependent on coral reefs? 500 million people depend on coral reefs for food and other things. But do you know what else reefs provide? They also provide protection. Healthy reefs will protect land from the damaging events such as bad storms. Also, reefs shield the shoreline from large waves. We eat different fish and crustaceans such as lobster, grouper fish, and shrimp, all which live in a coral reef. Even if you live far away from a reef, you probably still have eaten seafood from one. Grouper fish, lobster, shrimp. Help get rid of reef pollution. Pollution is causing coral bleaching, which is making coral reefs die out even faster. Even if you live miles from a coral reef, pollution can get into streams and rivers that flow into the ocean. Most reefs are thick with coral, which traps pollution. This is not only bad for the coral, but it hurts the animals too. Animals are also a big part of a coral reef. If they keep dying, the whole reef will die. This is why we need to reduce pollution. Rid your town of reef pollution. Conclusion. Whether you use reef-friendly sunscreen or recycle more, clean up after yourself and others, or just respect that all coral reefs, you are helping not only the reef and the animals in the reef, but yourself and others too. Follow these simple steps and tell others to do the same. Try to increase reef helpers. The reefs will survive if reefs helpers thrive.